Tony Khan recently announced that AEW All In is coming to Wembley Stadium on August the 27th, 2023. It will be the first time AEW has touched down on British soil, and I'm sure that the UK fans will be as rabid as ever for the action that takes place on the night. The thing is, Wembley Stadium is pretty big. It's not an arena. I mean, it's a huge stadium. I actually thought there'd been a mistake when Khan first revealed this, and he meant to say Wembley Arena, surely, which is the far smaller venue that sits in the shadow of Wembley Stadium. But it is Wembley Stadium indeed that's been announced. It has a listed capacity of around 75 to 90,000 people depending on the event. That tends to vary between football and concerts. Looking at this, I would assume it's going to be around 40 to 50,000 tickets that are available for the show, but nothing's for sure just yet. Of course, Summerslam 1992 was from Wembley Stadium, and the WWF reported an attendance of over 80,000 fans for that show, but that was actually a different stadium. That building was demolished in the early 2000s to make way for this one, but perhaps Tony Khan wants to exceed WWE's record from back in 1992 anyway. Having said that, the popularity of the WWF in the early 90s was off the charts in the UK. It was an absolute sensation at the time. One thing's for sure, TK is going to have to shift a hell of a lot of tickets if he wants this stadium to look full, even if he only uses half of it. So what are the chances of that actually happening? Well, London is a highly accessible city from not just all over the UK, but all of Europe and indeed the world. London has over 18 nationally connected train stations, meaning that anyone in the UK that wants to attend the show will probably be able to get there. Inside London itself, the public transport network is really good, with a tube train going from central London to Wembley Park, where the stadium is, every 3 minutes at peak times. So fans actually being able to reach the show is not going to be a problem. And AEW has a decent sized audience in the UK too. AEW is actually available to more fans on traditional over-the-air television than WWE is. Dynamite and Rampage is on ITV4, available to every household in the country, whereas WWE is on BT Sport, which is actually behind a subscription paywall. Now, tickets to the show won't go on sale to the general public until May the 2nd. However, it is currently possible for fans to register to receive a pre-sale code giving them priority access on the day of ticket release. And according to PW Insider, more than 50,000 people have registered for the pre-sale code so far. Now, that's a pretty good sign. However, the weight of AEW's brand and the accessibility of the show definitely will not be enough to fill the stadium on its own. Therefore, it's down to AEW to produce a wrestling card that's going to make fans want to travel to see it, and I sense TK's going to have to book a sensational event for this show to look busy. It's pretty route one to say this, but one of the obvious answers is to bring CM Punk back. We know that Punk fell out with Omega, the Young Bucks and Adam Page last year. If you don't know what went down, then I made this video about it around a week ago. From the rumours that I've been hearing at the time of making this video, it sounds like Tony Khan is bringing Punk back and even potentially giving him his own show to be on. The return plan for Punk should definitely include featuring him on this card in London, whether that's for a singles match against Omega or a tag team match with Punk and FTR facing the Elite. Dax Harwood is definitely interested in seeing that tag match take place. In an interview, he said, "That's got to be it, right? If you want to sell 50,000 tickets and take this company to the next level, that's it. That's me dreaming. That's the dream match. The 6-man tag in Wembley Stadium could help launch AEW to the next level." To say that CM Punk is a loose cannon would be an understatement at this point in time, so they can't just rely on that alone. So how about the icon himself, Sting, having his retirement match at All In London? Sting is 64 now, so retirement must surely be in his sights, and perhaps a tag team match against his partner Darby Allin would help move some of those tickets. Or, if we're looking at WCW legends, could Goldberg draw fans to Wembley Stadium? Even though Goldberg is well and truly past his prime, I believe he still has a huge amount of fans out there, and he does still have drawing power. How about a short special attraction match where he puts over a young wrestler like Powerhouse Hobbs, for example? I think utilising stars like Goldberg and Sting might be an attraction for the more casual fans out there that might have been on the fence about getting tickets. Those wrestling fans who don't watch AEW on a regular basis, for example. Which brings me to Drew McIntyre. McIntyre set the rumour mill turning last week when he made a massive change to his Twitter profile. He blacked it out and removed all references to WWE from the platform. I don't know what the situation is with McIntyre's WWE contract and how long his non-compete clause is, but having one of the UK's current biggest wrestling stars on a UK-based show would only contribute positively to ticket sales. A great match for Drew would be against another UK superstar in PAC, for example. The men have a history of wrestling each other on the UK independent circuit, and we know they will work together incredibly well. It would almost certainly be a great match and a huge draw for the UK fans to come out and see the show live. Keeping to the theme of UK talent, TK would be crazy not to feature Saraya on the London card in a prominent position, and bearing in mind that the current AEW Women's Champion is England-born Jamie Hayter, a showdown between these two women for the championship would definitely go down huge with UK wrestling fans. AEW has so much star power on its deep roster, and they need to feature their genuine superstars like Bryan Danielson, Chris Jericho, and Hangman Page too. Even with all their guns blazing, I think AEW would struggle to sell 90,000 tickets at Wembley Stadium. I don't think that many tickets will be on sale in the first place, to be honest with you. Like I said earlier, I think it'll be closer to 30 or 40,000. Either way, as long as Tony Khan thinks logically about the card that he's presenting and maximises that card to entice the UK's fans to come out to the show, I do believe AEW will have a record-breaking crowd in August for All In. Let's just hope that it doesn't rain.